we will get it going. So SPY, I'm going to start on the 5 minute on the hourly. On the daily time frame, and then from there I'll go down to the hourly, right? So SPY on the daily, and again, I do have my levels here at the moment, but it's a SPY right here. Let me turn this off real quick, right? And this is the order block that we talked about. The order block that we talked about was this one. This one right here, right? This is an order block, right? An area of supply. I really anticipated a drop here, but of course we had positive news and we blasted right through 420. As you can see, look at my levels, 415, 420, 424, and then we have a huge gap all the way to 436, right? So right now, we can definitely tell that that area of 424 and 425 is a critical area of resistance. Why? One touch here, rejection here, rejection here, rejection here. But we're able to identify that when we actually do surpass that level, we have a huge gap all the way to 436 that we have to be able to fill, right? And we have filled this exact same gap in the past, right? So it's critical for you to understand that the level that we have to get above is first this one, the high of day. So 424.95, aka 425 is the level that we have to get back to. And as you can see today, we had a sharp drop when it comes to this level, right? 425. But again, every other ticker that we see here, if I just go ahead and put in AMD, it came back to retest. If I put in NVIDIA, every single ticker is above my 21 EMA. If I put in QQQ, every single one of them is above my 21 EMA. So right now we are short-term bullish. We have a short-term bullish action going on right now when it comes to these different securities, right? If I go to SPY on the 5 minute, I'm going to show you quickly how we could have traded SPY multiple times today, just based off a couple of different levels, right? Here we have our pre-market, our high of day from yesterday, which is 420.13. So I do suspect that we might come down here to this level of 420. 420.13. A quick question for Noemi, short-term bullish. Will we see a double top with these stocks? We might, right? It all depends when it comes to the rejection. Well, we had a clear rejection here today, and it sort of formed a bit of a double top, not the prettiest double top, but this is a small double top here on the 5 minute time frame. And as you can see, once we broke that 9 EMA, that was an easy sell opportunity, right? So it's critical for everyone to understand the reason why I use the 9 EMA is because it gives me clear entries. So let's go ahead and go through it. This level right here is the pre-market low, pre-market high. Pre-market high, we say PMH. I'm going to name it like this, and I'm going to put it right here, right? Pre-market high, what do we see? ORB, and never really closed below our low of the ORB. We got right back up. What is the first indicator that I should get into calls? I want you to look at my 9 EMA and what happened right here. What should be my first indicator that I should be in calls right here? It closed above the 9. So that right there could have been your entry. And if we go ahead and put the volume 20, which we talked about on the last class, and I'm going to go ahead and put this in yellow. What do we see? Volume was above our volume 20. Hence, it actually goes ahead and satisfy our criteria. So this would have been the entry right here. Once we see a hold above the 9, this will be our entry, right? And as long as the price stays above the 9, 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 and I'm actually going to go ahead and just replay it from the entry, right? So this was around 9:45. When would you have taken profit? Anyone, when would you have taken profit here if my entry was right here at the 9 EMA and we break above the pre-market high, 423.95? Let's see, 423.95. I like that. Yeah, that's definitely a good area. Somebody said at the top, but how do you know that's the top? This right here, I would have definitely, me personally, I got in here, I'm taking profit right by here. Once I see that we actually break the pre-market high, the reason why I wouldn't wait until the ORB, I mean, there's many different ways that you could have definitely played it, right? You could have definitely played it based off the break of the pre-market high. You could have gotten in at the break of what? The ORB high. That's another entry. So look, entry number 1, entry number 2, entry number 3. 3 different entries that you could have definitely gotten in. And here, what do we have? 3-bar play to the upside. So there were many opportunities to make money here when it comes to SPY, right? Now, let's say we take profit. Let's say we take profit at the top. right? Just bet, that'll be like the best case scenario. Exit right here. And I'm going to put this in red. And now we're trying to get into another trade. And we see that the price is getting back where? To the 9 EMA. And what do we see? 9 EMA, it bounces up. We're still treating the 9 EMAs as support, because at the end of the day, when we're going for calls, aside from the different levels that we have here, the 9 EMA, this line right here, serves as support. Once we start to break that 9 EMA, that's when you want to start considering puts. And what do we see right here? Would that be your entry? Drop a 1 if that will be your entry for puts. Yes, it closed below the 9, 100%. And what do? We stay in the trade until it finally breaks the 9, right? Didn't break above. And that's easy money. That's easy money. And this right here, the reason why I want you to be comfortable with, if you get into the 9, do not be scared. Mr. Bill, you're on the money. Do not be scared or shaken out by a green candle that's coming back to the 9, retesting it and breaking again. This is called a retest. We break, we retest, we come right back down. In other words, this is what? This is a bear flag, right? So if you didn't get in at this entry, your entry could have been at the break of the bear flag. So again, multiple opportunities for you to get in. Entry up here, that would have been right here, a quick 5%, right? On a 10K account, that's $500, right? Or if not, you could have gotten in right here. And let's go ahead and play it. Look at that. I mean, if you don't take profit here, honestly, the offer to go to Vegas is still on the table. 3-bar play to the downside, all the way from the top of 424, all the way down to 421. Tina's over here laughing. And then we get 423, all the way down to 421, right? So, I mean, many different ways for you to make money. And right now, we're sort of consolidating right here. It's, it rejected the 9, comes back down. This is how I scalp. That right there is how I scalp. Whenever I see that the price comes back up to the 9 and it starts to make that tail, that wick at the top, I'm instantly in puts. Why? Because on a 5K account, just that small little drop right there is $400, right? So oftentimes, aside from the levels, I use the 9 EMA for rejections. A rejection is a quick 10%, 10 to 20% trade, right? And if we continue playing it, what do we see? Another retest, and we come back down, and then we come back down. And now, what do? We break the low. On top of that, now we're breaking the low of day. So that could have been a quick scalp right there for a couple of cents, right? So scalping is all about the entries. It's all about making sure that you understand that you're not staying in the trade for 20, 25 different minutes. You're just getting in 5, maybe 2 minutes max, and you're getting right back out. So being disciplined is what's definitely going to help you out when it comes to trading. And again, look, we retest again, we come right back down. And now we break again, low of day. So right now, Phi is holding what? The low of day. So what would I do? I will grab a rectangle like this, and I will place it like this so that I can understand this area right here is an area of demand. Now, if SPY holds above the 9, what does that indicate? SPY holding above the 9, what does that indicate? We might have a change in momentum, hence bullish, right? We might be bullish. And look, right now we have a pretty big candle here. I don't want you to get in right now. I want you to wait to see if we actually hold. If we actually hold, that's when you actually get in and you start to make some money. Because easily it could be right here and then it starts to wick and then you're down instantly 20, 25%. So I want you to wait to see if we can actually hold. And then I will use these different wicks up here. See right here, I'll be in a call right here, ASAP. And we might see a retest back down to the 9 EMA. I do not care. I'm still holding, right? So right there, I would have gone in. That is how I use the 9 EMA every single day to make money. There's not one day that we do not make money.